We are currently here at IIM Ranchi with...
Hi, I'm Amiya. I was an IPM student at IIM Ranchi and now I'm in IIM Calcutta and exited the program after I got into the MBA at IMC.
And how much did you score in your 10th and 12th?
So my 10th percentage was 97.4, 12th was 98.2.
And your CAT percentile?
My CAT percentile was 99.89.
Comment section is going to go crazy.
Hey, it's AfterBoards.
How did it feel when you got into IIM Ranchi but not IIM Indore for IPM, but now you're at IIM Calcutta?
Okay, so not getting into IIM Indore was a bit heartbreaking for IPM. But then I really enjoyed my time here at Ranchi. I thought it was the most learning and growing experience for me over here, and I did not actually regret. I felt maybe this was in some way better for me, being at IIM Ranchi and not at IIM Indore. And then finally getting into IMC was amazing. My aim was to get into at least Indore because I missed out on it for the first time, but I got something even better and I'm really happy about it.
You did your IIT Madras dual degree along with Ranchi.
Right.
Did you feel it was a way to compensate for not getting into Indore?
I'm not sure I would say that because it was a completely different degree, but it was compensation for leaving behind my science and PCM background, which I really enjoyed, and I wanted to pursue something in that direction also while I was here at IPM doing the IPM course curriculum. And it was a very fulfilling experience in the way that it was more of a somewhat technical and hard skills backed course that I got to do, and I'm really glad that I did that along with my IPM.
You did your summer internship also in a very similar field, right? Can you share more about that?
My summer internship after IPM was at Rancho Labs IT Delhi, DMS IT Delhi, and it was a startup. And there I was a project management intern, and I basically worked on making Excel dashboards and automating their systems because I follow through the customer journey and I automated their systems for the same. And it was a very nice experience because it was a startup. It was very flexible. I could have gone to and fro from one department to the other and learned and picked up whatever I wanted to. And yeah, that was it.
Can you share more about how you look at quants?
My approach towards quants has always been more conceptual and understanding the fundamental way of how things are working and not learning how to solve questions but learning what the concept is. And that's something that I've built from school, right from school itself. I find myself not being able to do anything, even the simplest questions, if I don't get how it works.
I like that because you have such good conceptual clarity that you can teach it to anyone. So what helped you with verbal ability?
Something that's very useful for verbal ability would be putting in a habit of reading, but also with this focus on how you can summarize these paragraphs, how you can pick out the right vocabulary, new vocabulary from these paragraphs. So I also, for a long time, I started reading articles and tried to summarize them in my own words. So it really helped me increase my reading speed, increase my comprehension speed, and then vocabulary also itself. So that was a good thing.
A lot of people are worried about their 12th PCM. They have their JE exam, and they also have their IPMAT exam. So one thing I tell people is that you're coming to this course to be a manager. So learn time management now.
Right.
And they hate me for that. Can you share your journey and what they could take out of it?
I mean, it's fair for them to be scared because if I was in school and I was told that I'm supposed to be doing 2 degrees together and also be preparing for CAT at the same time, I would freak out. But when coming here, being here, doing the IIT Madras, CAT prep and my college ACADS together, I was able to pull that off, and unless and until you try it, you don't know it. Multitasking and time management that a B school teaches you, you just get to know your potential is beyond what you think it is. And I think if you manage your time well, it is possible. You just haven't tried it, that's why maybe you don't believe it right now. But it is possible, you just do what you gotta do.
How do you manage time? Because you didn't just pull it off, you pulled it off really well. You also got a very good rank in IPM.
One thing that I might be doing differently is that I don't give up so easily and I take up challenge. I don't think too much of it that I won't be doing it or this is too much on my plate. I take up challenges and then when I do so, I just cannot back out on them. So I have to complete the syllabus and I have to pass the exam and I have to score well. I follow a very you gotta do what you gotta do strategy, and signing up for things without overthinking it has helped me because then I have to somehow manage my time. Even if I only have 2 days left, I have to put in my 100% and just see it through.
This reminds me of that quote, you cannot complain there's a lot on your plate when you came out to eat.
That's fair, yes.
Does IPM help you be a better MBA student?
For an MBA student, it does help me, yes, because I have a lot of context. Whatever managerial subject that I have studied in my MBA up till now, I had some background or some topics that are already learnt in the IPM program itself. Sometimes a better understanding because the subjects are way too rushed in an MBA curriculum. It's very hectic. You've got a lot to do. You've got to manage your placements, your extracurriculars with your academics. So it helps me that I'm familiar with the subjects. And in other ways, IPM has also taught me how to be good at presentations and group projects and just philosophical thinking, problem solving, conflict resolution. Even in your simple academic courses, when you need to write papers, you need all of this. And those kind of experiences and courses, that creative courses that IPM has taught me, really helps me because I get to apply all of these things. Others might not be that familiar to presentations and group projects, but I am, and it's easier for me to navigate those dynamics and circumstances. So in that sense, it helps me, yes.
We had 9 PowerPoint presentations in the last term.
Yes.
Where we had group projects.
Yes.
Thank you for doing it. What do you think is the most memorable course at IIM Ranchi?
The most memorable topic for me would be statistics and regression analysis because I have done that over and over and over again in so many courses. Some other courses that I liked particularly were philosophy and strategic management. Those concepts were not just taught to us. We didn't do just one case. We did multiple cases and multiple discussions, and I think the concepts were embedded in my brain and I have internalized them really well.
What is your favorite school of thinking in philosophy now?
My favorite school of thinking in philosophy has always been Kantian philosophy or deontology because it's the intentions that matter and not the outcomes.
People will now look at you as a role model when it comes to IPM and their MBA journey. What advice would you have for people who really feel that they're struggling, that they're not able to get a grip on things, and things are just not that easy for them?
I had a phase in my life where I thought everything was slipping away from me and I couldn't get a grip on anything. Nothing is turning out to be as successful as I would want it to be. It does feel like it's a very low phase and it does feel like you cannot come out of it. It's very difficult to come out of that phase. What helped me was just refocusing and realigning my mindset. You actually have to sit and think about all of it. Why are you not getting where you want to be? What is the gap? What is the bridge that you have to fill? And if you are that dedicated and passionate about these goals, what are the steps that you need to take to bridge these gaps? Don't go running aimlessly around because that's what I did and I started feeling very lost. You really have to sit, think about your goals, focus and have a more positive mindset if you can, if you have that will within yourself, and then work towards what you really want to. And that helped me get out of that cycle or that trap.
You got into finance, and what made you choose finance, and how were you so comfortable with this decision? Yes, this is my domain and I will not touch other domains right now.
Even when I went to do an MBA and I had like 80% engineers all around me, I was not intimidated by quants at all, and I knew this is something I enjoy. That subject comes up, that prof is teaching, I will listen to him or her. When it comes to using numbers to make sense of the world, it appeals to me and it's something that I wanted to do. That's why I decided on finance, and I was also really interested in marketing and creatives, but I wasn't sure how much my capabilities and competencies are right now, how much hard skills do I have to back like my marketing acumen right now. So I chose to go with finance. And also when I studied more for the SIP prep, I studied Core Fin, Corp Fin properly in some detail. It was something that I really enjoyed. It makes people cry. It didn't make me cry. And I was like, maybe this is the thing for me then.
And if you had to give a message to the entire IPM peers after 10 years who might be watching this?
Make as much use of this time as you can because MBA is very hectic. You will at most only get to do or ace the things that they have laid out for you, the placement, the summers, the finals, the CADs. You don't have extra time to pursue your goals and your skills and your personal development and knowledge. It's a very hectic and rigorous course, and IPM gives you an opportunity to to be in that environment, to be in those surroundings, to have the amazing profs, to have the amazing peers, and still focus on your skills and your goals and your personal development. So make use of this time as much as you can and grow personally as much as you can while you're in IPM.
Last question. Why should someone take IPM over any of the undergraduate degree from, say, Delhi University?
As I've told you, it was not only the business or BBA subjects that helped me in my MBA. It was not only the managerial subjects that gave me context, but also all the diverse courses that they've included in the IPM curriculum. Now we even have electives that have very particular niche like media and 3D geometry and things like that, which are very interesting. Courses that I had like design thinking and problem solving, conflict resolution, things like that, that you get to implement in real life. And I don't think other undergraduate degrees give you that sort of curriculum and freedom. And that really helps in your development. It makes you into actual good managers, not just on paper, but in real life. And I think that's why you should go for IPM.
Well, do you see yourself in 5 years?
No.
Well, AfterBoards has broken down IPMAT into 29 topics with 4 difficulty levels. It starts with basic questions, so you don't give up. If you get it wrong, learn from our really detailed solutions. Before you spend 20-30k on a coaching, try AfterBoards' cut 3 free topic tests. Solve questions. This is how you learn. Or kuch bhi ho, we have free mentorship on WhatsApp.
Hey, it's AfterBoards.